Hey everyone! Super excited to be here with you. This is actually my first random sporadic Google Hangout. I've done webinars before using Google Hangouts on air, but this is my first one that I'm just kind of like, all right, I'm just gonna hang out with my people just randomly tonight, just because I feel like, why not? I haven't connected with you guys on a more personal level, and I really want to. I think there's a lot of really cool people in the tribe, and I really want to make sure that I'm able to connect with you. So, in case you're new to my tribe and my community in general, my name is Kamila Gornia, which you should know this, but it's Kamila Gornia. I am a digital marketing strategist, and I work with modern entrepreneurs who want to get seen and get paid doing what they do best online. A lot of the businesses I work with are passion driven. They really love what they do. They want to grow their presence. They want to grow their authority and influence in the online sphere and really make it easier for themselves to make more money online, connect with the people that they want to connect with, and just be sure that the message that they have is being spread and they're really making an impact with that message. So this is something that's like a big thread, common thread that I see in all the people that I work with, and people that I see responding to my emails and asking for support. So this is one of the common threads that I see. So awesome. So I'm really excited that, if you're watching, this is really cool. I'm sorry I didn't give you I didn't give you much of heads up. I think I sent an email yesterday or last night, just asking if you're down, and if you're here, I'm super excited to see you. I'm very, very happy that you're here with us. But if not, I'm probably gonna have this video just recording somewhere. Maybe not. Maybe I'll do this again too. Maybe I won't. We'll see how it goes. Kind of unplanned and spontaneous. I just wanted to be really casual and just connect with you on that level. So really the main reason, or not necessarily the reason, but the topic that I really wanted to focus on for this Google Hangout is anything that has to do with email marketing and list building. So as you know, if you've been following me for a while, that's kind of the shift I've been taking in general with a lot of the work that I do. List building in general, I think is really important. And obviously, once you have that list, you need to be able to use the different best practices and different things that you can do via email marketing to be able to connect with the people that are on that list, right? Because what's the point of building a list if you're not going to connect with those people? So I ran a survey a couple of weeks ago asking you what are some of the top 3 things that you wish you knew about email marketing, and what are some of the most frustrating things to you about email marketing right now. So I had a lot of amazing responses. I mean, I'm so just, thank you so much for taking the time out to write out all of these challenges that you're facing, all the things that you wish you knew that would make it a lot easier for you to do email marketing. And this is really great stuff. So I really appreciate you getting back to me. If you haven't, that's fine too. Maybe you just didn't have time or whatever. So before we kind of get started too, you're probably on the Google Hangout page, and there is a comment section, and if you have any questions that you want me to get to as well, you can just leave a comment in there. I do have it up on my other screen, so I'm going to be checking for any questions that come up. I do have a bunch of questions just that people sent over to me earlier, just from that survey and just in general. So I will mostly be talking about that. But this is kind of weird because, when I do webinars, there's a chat option just embedded, and it's a webinar format. So it's a lot different. And with the Google Hangout, it's interesting because, I have to be checking that page to see if people are commenting on stuff. It's not as much of a live chat kind of thing as far as I know, but this is still still fine. So we're all excited to be here, I hope. So let's just dive in, right? Why waste more time? So some of the things that I really want to talk about first is, why should you even focus on learning email marketing? Why should you even be doing email? Why should you focus on list building? People are saying, list building is the, that thing that you should do to grow your business, and, it's the shit. You really need to be just, focusing on email and all that different type of stuff. That's, pretty common. I think that if you're reading a lot of like marketing or online business blogs, and honestly, like I'm not going to be like, no, they're all wrong, because I think they're, if you're hearing that advice, that's sound advice. I am a strong believer in building a list. However, that list needs to be targeted, and it needs to be a quality list of people. So what I mean by that is that there's no point in growing a list for just pure numbers' sake. So who cares if you're going to have 10,000 people on your list if none of them care about who you are, if most of them are just there because you bought somebody else's list and you added them on, which is illegal, by the way, so please don't do that. Maybe you ran some kind of a promotion or a giveaway that had nothing to do with your business, and it was very successful and it got a lot of people onto your list, but most of them are probably just freebie hunters anyway, and they're just freeloaders. So why, that's pointless. Who cares if you have a 10,000 people or 5,000 people, or even if you have 1,000 people on your list, if they're not the people that are going to potentially buy from you, if they're not interested in what you have to say, what's the point, right? So that I just want to make sure that I get that out of the way. So when I talk about, growing your list and having a big list, I'm talking about a targeted list, a list of leads, not just people, random people. It's actual leads that, you can connect with, kind of how I'm connecting with you. You can potentially be clients, potentially be customers. Maybe they will never be customers, but maybe they'll be advocates for what you do. There's a lot of different levels to of support and really connection that I'm a big supporter of myself, and I teach that to other people, other business owners, to kind of think about that too. So the reason why email marketing in general is really something that I think you need to focus on, and when it comes to your digital marketing just practices and what you do, is that it's one of the only ways that allows you to really connect with a person, with a prospect, on as close of a personal basis as possible. So what I mean by that is that if you send an email to somebody, they open that email and they read it, or not. Sometimes people don't always open emails, but chances are if they open it, they give you pretty much all of their fullest attention, at least for those couple minutes, maybe a couple seconds, but it's there. They see your message directly, and if they choose to read it, great. If they choose not to read it, that's fine. Everybody's got their own life to worry about. We can't ever have 100% open rate, honestly. I've never seen that before in my years of working marketing, but that's fine. So compare that to social media, which a lot of people, make like, how is it different? Why should I focus on email instead of focusing on Facebook or Instagram or, whatever other social media channel that you tend to focus on? So my response is here. So I want you to think about Facebook, right? So a person goes on Facebook, awesome. What do they really want to do when they go on Facebook? If you are a B2C business, so you're serving other just people, not business owners. If you're looking for your clients on Facebook, awesome. By the way, Facebook is great. I'm not, trying to say Facebook is bad. But think about the mentality of the person that goes on Facebook. Are they looking for marketing messages? Are they like, oh, I really want to sign up for a health coaching program today. I'm going to go on Facebook and see if there's anything that shows up for me. That's not typically what happens. People go on Facebook to see what their friends are up to, what their family is up to check out pictures. There's a lot of like babies and weddings and, cute things, and then random articles about things that are happening in the world. I honestly wouldn't know anything if I wasn't going on Facebook because I don't watch the news. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of a different mentality, right? So people go kind of to get entertained, to pass time, you know, they want a distraction. So that's a lot of times kind of why people go on Facebook. So if you were only focusing on Facebook to connect with your tribe, even if you build your Facebook page to be like 10,000 people or, you know, however many people, first of all, even if all of those posts that you're posting were being seen by most of those people, maybe you're boosting all of your posts or like making your posts paying to get seen. Most of the time, you know, first of all, you're going to pay a lot of money to get all your entire tribe to see your post. That's one. That sucks. No, we don't want to spend all that money, right? Second of all, if people were seeing your posts, they might not react to it as, you know, as well as they might otherwise. So I'm not saying they would react negatively, but it's usually, you know, it takes a little bit of time for them to get out of that mindset that they're in, and look at a marketing message or a business message, whatever it is. The more native or the more aligned you can be with the way people like to browse through Facebook or whatever social channel it is, the better it will be for you. But think about, you know, how many things they're seeing on their feed. You know, there's babies, there's flowers, there's, you know, articles, there's everything on their feed. And then there's your message just hanging out there too. Well, most of the time, even if like there's a number that says reach, a lot of times those people didn't actually even see that post because there's so much distraction everywhere. I mean, I'm pretty sure every single one of us is going to say yes when I say Facebook is very distracting, right? And it can distract you from what you're doing right now. It can distract you even if you're trying to get something done on Facebook. It's just, you know, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of messages everywhere. So your message is a lot more likely to get lost in the shuffle, and especially if you have something important that you want to share, like try to sell a program, try to get people enrolled, you're doing a webinar, you want people from your list to opt in, or whatever it is. Chances are, you know, your message is going to get lost. You're going to have to pay to get that message seen, and several times too. Same goes for everything else. Twitter, you know, your message is up there for maybe like a minute, depending on how many followers the person has, and then it's gone. Same for Instagram. All of those different channels, they're really, really great, but it's not as good if you really want to connect with your people, especially if you want them to buy something from you, especially if you want them to go down, continue down that funnel, that marketing funnel, sales funnel, and from being just a visitor, from being just a fan, to becoming a prospect or a lead, to becoming a customer or a client. It's just a lot harder to convert people from social media to be clients than it is from email. It's just based on statistics, based on data. But if somebody opted into your newsletter and first of all, they already expressed interest in what you're doing. They want to hear from you. They want to see you in their inbox. Even if they're not opening your emails, they still see those subject lines. They still make the conscious decision, like, okay, I'm going to see this email or not. Regardless if they open it or not, your name, your brand name, your business name is still getting seen by them. It's still getting ingrained in their, you know, their psyche or whatever. So they're still seeing it. If they notice your email, if they open it, that's amazing. I mean, that's all they're looking at. They're not seeing things popping up. They're not seeing babies like coming out of everywhere. They're just reading your message. They're just reading the email that you sent. If you're talking about, you know, if it's a direct sales email, maybe they'll go on and like opt in because they already trust you. They've already seen some of your emails. They've seen your name pop up. So it's just a different kind of relationship. So I just want to make sure, I'm not going to talk too much more about this, but I hope that it's kind of, you can understand why email marketing and list building is important, is because, you know, you can really connect with people on that deeper emotional, maybe not as emotional depending on how you structure your emails and stuff, but it's more of a personal level. You're speaking just to them. They feel that connection with you. You're building your trust factor. They begin to trust you. They begin to, see you more favorably. You can continue building your authority through that and showing your expertise, depending on how your sequences or what you're sending them consists of. So that's my spiel about why you should focus on email marketing. We're on the same page now. Great. So I wanted to go through a couple of questions that I got that were some of the most common questions, just so I can answer some of them. So a lot of things that I hear is that not everybody, a lot of people really hate email marketing. They hate it. They don't want to do it. It takes time. It's difficult. They don't know what to say. They don't know what to write. And I completely understand. I mean, I used to hate email marketing. I'm not gonna lie. I was a social media person through and through. Love social media. And the reason why we're really more comfortable with social media is because we use it in our personal lives too. So it's not something that's completely new to us. Whereas email marketing, regular people that don't have businesses or blogs, they don't have email marketing or email services. They don't have a MailChimp or whatever. If they want to email somebody, they're going to go to their regular email and type out the message and email that person. So it's honestly, that's the main reason why a lot of people hate it, is because they're just not used to it. It's not something that they do every day. It's not something that they've done in their personal life. So that, obviously there's going to be an adjustment period. There's going to be some effort you're going to have to put into this to begin to like it, to begin to see the benefits of using email to connect with your tribe. So that's pretty much the reason. And the more you do it, the more results you see, the more sales you see starting to roll in, and the more people start engaging with you and responding to your emails, the better you're going to feel about it, the more you're going to like it. So it's really a matter of just keep doing it. And it's going to get easier with time. It's pretty much the same thing with everything. If you want to learn how to code, if you want to create a website, it's not going to be, flowers and unicorns and rainbows in the beginning. I learned HTML when I was 12 years old just because I was bored, but it was not my website. My first website was not the most beautiful website in the world. And it took me quite a bit of time to figure out, but now I'm like, great. And that's, well, I don't really code anymore because WordPress is like my savior, but it's just, a matter of getting used to it and playing around with it, and practice makes perfect. So I'll say that, just start doing it consistently and it'll get easier. So, some more stuff that I want to talk about. So people are saying that, I kind of, led into this already, but people are saying, it takes a long time to write out newsletters. It's a lot easier to connect on social media, which is true. Again, what I talked about, social media is a lot more personal to us. It's something we're used to, so we kind of rely on that a lot better. So, writing out newsletters, yes, it takes a little bit more time. It's an actual letter. It's not just like a quick post and 1 sentence or 2 sentences and a picture or whatever. It takes more time, and I completely understand that. But think about this again, social media is not made for what email is made for. They're both different channels that can support each other. Social media should be feeding into your email marketing practices. So you should be using social media to try to build your email list, and then using that email list to connect with them further. That's when you can get more sales, and that's why email marketing has the highest ROI out of all the different email or digital marketing channels that are out there. So you have to suck it up and just start doing newsletters and writing them, and however you want to call it. If you want to call a newsletter, great. If you just want to call them letters or just messages, whatever. And one thing I'll say, they don't have to be extremely long emails. I mean, you've probably seen emails, I'm sure you subscribe to several different lists, and some of them are long. Some of them are super, super short and just leading to a blog post that elaborates on whatever topic they talked about. Like one of the newsletters that I get is from Jeff Walker, who is he's the creator of the product launch formula, and his emails are the shortest freaking emails I have ever gotten from anybody. And I'm still on his list just because I don't even open half of his emails because he sends pretty often. But I respect him, and I think he has some good stuff to talk about sometimes that I, probably all the time, but I just don't have, the time to go through it all. But yeah, so you could say, like, if that's your vibe, if you're just like straight and to the point, you can totally just say a few sentences in the link. Like, that's fine. You can do that if that works for you. If you're just getting started, the most important thing is to just do something, like connect with those people in some way. Another thing that you can do if you really, really don't have any time at all to write your newsletters, but you want to make sure that you're connecting with people on a consistent basis, is to think about how often you do your blog posts. So if you're doing your blog posts once a week or every other week, I would suggest setting up an RSS feed that basically feeds into the emails that are being sent. So this is an option in MailChimp. I don't have experience with Aweber, so I don't know. I don't know if GetResponse does this. I haven't done an RSS feed syndication with email in like 2 years or 3 years or something when I was starting out my wellness blog. I do recommend typing out and actually making a special message to every single person, or to every to your list, basically, through email marketing. But if you really don't have the time, you can make it easier for yourself, especially if your list is really small and you're just like, I just don't want to write to 5 people. That's fine. So if you're posting blog posts once a week or every other week, look into that RSS feed option, and then that way emails are going to be basically, they're going to be sent automatically through your email marketing service with just the blog post that you created. So they're just going to be getting your blog post in their inbox automatically. I don't like doing this option because it's not personal. You can customize it. It's just literally taking the blog post and sending it to their inbox. It's more likely people are going to unsubscribe because if maybe they want to follow your blog post in a different way, then they can do that. But then if you decide to send them some kind of different message, they're already gone. So I would only say that if you really, really, really have to do this, you can go for it because it is an option. But if you can carve out just like 30 minutes every week, and you could honestly write emails for the next month. You could write emails for the next 2 months. It's not honestly, it doesn't take as much time as you think. The hardest thing, I think, that it makes people think that it takes a ton of time is because a lot of people don't really do it strategically. A lot of people they kind of are more spontaneous. It's like, oh, it's Tuesday. I'm supposed to be sending emails on Tuesday. Like, what am I saying today? What should I say today? What do I say? Right? And I'm sure a lot of people that are watching are like, yeah, I can relate to this. What do I say? Right? So this is main reasons because you're being more reactive. You're not being proactive necessarily. You're just like reacting to what day it is. It's like, oh, I'm supposed to be sending an email today, so I have to think of something to say. And it's not really authentic. It's not really, nah. So what you can do is you can just set aside some time once a week, or however it works for you, and just think about what you want to say to these people on your list, how you want to connect with them, and write a sequence of emails. Write the next couple of emails and then schedule them out right there, and then you're done. You're done for the next month or however long. If you're doing a launch, I always suggest doing your emails, writing them all out ahead of time anyway, because it's gonna be so much easier for you too. So you can do that. It's honestly a matter of preference. So if you like being more reactive and you like kind of putting that personal touch on there and sending email, like typing it in and clicking send, go for it. There's no one size fits all. Like, what I'm saying is obviously not like, the truth, the thing, or like it's the truth, but it's not like the only thing you need to follow, like to fit in this, like marketing is an art as well as a science. So there's an art component there. You should be doing what makes you feel good, what you feel is the right way to connect with your tribe, what just what makes you think that is going to work for your habits, your schedule, and your business, and all these different things. So don't take everything I'm saying like this is, exactly what needs to be happening, because the annoying answer is that it always depends, because it's always custom to the business. There can be like things that are one size fits all, but you're still gonna have to customize it. You can't just copy and paste an email and send it and it's gonna work for everybody. Like it's not gonna happen. So yeah, so just try to write a couple of emails at a time and then schedule them out, and then you're pretty much good. And think of try to think strategically of what the content is going to be. If it's going to be a blog post, and then another one's going to be something else that they can't see on the blog and it's just to them. Maybe the next one is going to be about leading into a product that you're going to be selling, or like a promotion you're going to be doing, or just get creative with it and think about what makes sense. And if you ever are like completely stumped and have no idea what to do, one of the best ways to go is to look at the emails you're getting and get inspired by them. See, for example, if there is one person that you can think of in your inbox that you're always getting emails from, and you think they're really good emails, type in that person in there in the search and just pull up all of the emails they've ever sent you and see if there's kind of a common thread, or like what they're doing. Try to kind of reverse engineer in a way. This can be a good way to try to play around with it and see if this is something you can adapt, or this is something that you can get inspiration from, and think about some ideas for future, how you can structure them, what you should send that day and versus another day versus the next. So I hope that wasn't too vague of an answer, but that's one way that you can do this. I've had people asking me whether there are like templates to use to make their email newsletter writing easier. And again, it's really, I hate this answer, but it always depends. There's no one size fits all. And I don't like giving out templates necessarily, because I don't like when people use the same exact thing, because I know some people aren't going to take the time to customize it for themselves, and they're just going to copy and paste stuff. And I've seen it before, and it's just like, why? This is not your voice. This is not how you talk. Please make it your own. So I'm not a big fan of templates. A simple way that you can start, if you like just the, text focused emails and you just like to talk about stuff, like you could kind of write about it, write the email similarly as you would a blog post, or you could write it honestly like you would be emailing a friend is the best way to do it. So starting with, hey, name, how are you doing, da da da, this is what's happening here, blah 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 blah, here's the special cool thing that's happening, here's why you should care about it, and then something else, and then sign off. And then PS, check out that thing that I just talked about. Make sure you see it. Send. That's I know it's a very like, what is she even saying? But it was kind of like a template, if you will. It's not really a template, because it's just honestly like how you would talk to a regular person, sending them an email, just being a really human being. A lot of people think that email marketing is like this whole big thing, like, oh my God, I need to be writing in this way and this way. But like, honestly, if you're just thinking of that one person that's going to be receiving that email and talk to them, that one person, not a group of people, just that one person, and write that email just for them, it's going to be a lot easier. And they're going to connect a lot easier with that email too, because they're going to feel a deeper connection to you. They're going to feel like, oh my gosh, I feel like she just wrote to me. So there's, win-win all around, and it's going to be a lot more helpful for you too, to get started with that. Yeah, so I hope that I answered some of the basic questions around, why should you focus on email marketing and list building, how to not hate it, so much if you hate it right now. A little insinuation or like a little leading into what you could potentially write about. Obviously, with no examples, it's hard to talk about it right now, but hopefully this has been a good intro for you to, actually get excited and think about email marketing and list building a little bit more seriously. Because, if you want to grow your business online, if you want to streamline your business online, if you really want to make decent money online without you having to slave over the computer every minute of every day, and if you have products, coming them kind of seeing your sales come in kind of on a regular basis and consistent basis, and you not having to really even do much with that, is just, it would just be happening like this. Email is something that will allow you to do this. Social media is not going to help you do this. It's a different, reason that social media exists. So just stop thinking of it as either social media or either marketing. You got to do both, okay? That's just the way it is. If you don't want to do social media, fine, but you honestly don't have a choice but to do email. Sorry. Should I not be saying this? I don't care. Email is the way to go. Do it, learn it, and just, use it, because if you're serious about your business online, it's the way to go. Okay. All right. So again, thanks so much for coming to this Google Hangout. My first one. It was pretty cool having you here. And if you're watching this as a recording, awesome. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tolerating my yammering on kind of randomly and sporadically and spontaneously and all these other words that I can't think of for synonyms. English is my second language, okay? So if I ever say the wrong synonym or whatever, don't hate on me, okay? Thanks. Yeah, so again, if you forgot who I was during me talking, my name is Kamila Gornia, and I'm a digital marketing strategist for women entrepreneurs, for modern women entrepreneurs who want to get seen and get paid doing what they do best online. And if you want to talk a little bit more one-on-one, if you want some more, specified custom solution to you about email marketing or digital marketing in general, creating a campaign and getting some forward movement happening in your business, starting to make shit happen and just growing in a lot faster, bigger scale than before. If you want to start getting seen and actually getting paid for, what you do best online, a lot of times marketing might not be your strong suit, because you're doing X, Y, and Z instead. And that's fine. That's why I'm here as a consultant, as a strategist, to help you with that. So if you want to, chat a little bit more, just hit me up, send me an email. It's just info@kamilagornia.com, and I'll be happy to see how we can, figure your stuff out and make them work better for you. So yeah, maybe I'll see this. Maybe I'll do this again. Hopefully, probably. I mean, I really like connecting with you guys, so probably will. Maybe we'll do like a actual live component next time. Maybe we'll do a no video. We'll think about it. Okay. All right. Have a great rest of your evening, and if you're in Australia, have an awesome day, and I'll see you later.